Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm NAJLA BINTI RAMLE. My MATRIC number is 221302400. I'm from Electronic Network Design, and today I'll be doing a demonstration on simple application integrating AWS services for my mini project. Now, we are going to set up AWS IAM. So to create IAM role, we go to IAM console, and then we need to click the roles here, and then click create role, and here we choose AWS services as trusted entity, and then we are going to choose the service that will use the role. For this, we are going to choose EC2 for compute instances, and for the permission, we can attach policies that define the roles permission. I'm going to attach Amazon EC2 full access and Amazon S3 full access. You can search here, and you also can just type the policies into the search text field. Okay, now I'm going to add Amazon S3 full access as the policies for this role. Okay, now we click next. So in the role name, I'm going to assign EC2 role underscore NAJLA underscore 221302400, and then just click the create role button here. So we have limitation because I'm doing this in a sandbox environment. So we can access certain features. Now I'm going to move on to create users. So go to IAM console and click on users here, and then click add user. And in the username, you can specify any username, and for me, I'm going to type NAJLA user underscore 221302400, and we are going to select access type, which is provide user access to AWS Management Console, and we create custom password. We can also attach necessary policies or add the user to a group with the required permissions. Okay, now I'm going to go to next. So here we can, as I said before, we can attach permission. We need to review the permission and create user, and there is limitation just as when creating user previously, creating role previously. Now we are going to create a VPC. We go to VPC console, and now just go to your VPCs here and then create VPC. We just choose the VPC setting as VPC only, and then we type out our VPC name, and we need to specify the subnet for IPVs for CIDR, and then click create VPC. Now we are going to go to the subnet section in the VPC console and create subnet, and then you need to choose the VPC we have created before and specify name. So I'm going to create public subnet, We can select our availability zone. I'm going to choose East and Virginia, and then specify the IPv4 subnet CIDR block. And I'm going to actually create a additional subnet for private subnet. We can just click on add new subnet for my private subnet. Here we also need to choose availability zone, which is the same as public subnet, and also specify subnet CIDR block. Okay, and then we can click create subnets. It will take some time. Okay, now we are going to configure root tables. In root table section, click the create root table and specify any name. Okay, now we are going to associate the VPC we have created earlier for this root table. Okay, it will take some time for the services to create the root table. Okay, now we are going to add a route to the internet gateway. So we see here, go to this section, routes, edit routes, and we can click add route. So I'm going to add route for public subnet. We also, for the target, we choose the internet gateway. So here, we need to create beforehand the internet gateways to be attached to the root table. So I'm going to create an internet gateway before I can attach it to the root table. So specify any name. Okay, we successfully create internet gateway. So you can see the details here. Okay, in the action, I'm going to attach the VPC and then select the same VPC we've created earlier. Okay, we go back to root tables to add the internet gateway. Okay, edit routes. Okay, add route. And specify the subnet, public subnet at the destination text field. Specify the target as internet gateway, and we attach the internet gateway we have created. Save changes. Moving on, we are going to create EC2 instance. Okay, now we click instances and select launch instances. We can specify any name here in the name text field. I'm going to specify name as EC2 underscore NAJLA underscore 221302400. And the AMI, Amazon Machine Image, I'm going to select Windows Microsoft. So it will become easy for me to attach instance to Windows. So other than that, we just choose the default instance type. And we select key as our key pair login. So in network setting, we select existing security group, which we need to create a security group beforehand to attach to our instance. We choose public subnet, and then we can also create a new security group here, or we can create beforehand and just attach as after we select existing security group. As for me, I need to create a new one. So in inbound security protocol, I'm going to add allow for TCP, HTTP, and SSH. And for SSH, we need to add CIDR for every protocol we allow. We can also add description, which is totally optional. Now we click launch instance. We are going to create storage. We use S3 as our storage. We are going to set up S3 buckets. So to create it, we click on create bucket, and then we can specify our bucket name. And then we need to specify the region and bucket type, and then we configure the setting we seem fit. Okay, now we click create bucket. Okay, after successfully created bucket, okay, now we are going to configure EC. We are going to attach volume to the EC2 instance. We click on instances here. I'm sorry, I mean volumes. And then we click create volume here. And we can specify the necessary settings. Okay, so since we are using sandbox, we are not authorized to perform this operation. Now we are moving on to create a database. We use RDS as our database, and then click create database here, and choose standard create, and choose the engine we want to use. So I'm going to choose MySQL, and now we put name to DB cluster identifier, and we need to create password actually. We can add our security group here. We can also choose our database authentication, and after that click create database. Okay, so I need to change the name for DB cluster identifier. Can't use underscore. Okay, still error. Okay, now I have successfully created my database and attach it to VPC. Okay. Now I'm going to set up a CloudWatch for monitoring. I'm going to create an alarms. So go to alarms. Create alarm and select metric. It is we can choose what event or logs we want to get an alarm on. So now I'm going to choose any metric presented here, only one. Okay, this is the detail. We need to define the threshold value for our metric alarm. So I want the alarm through email, so I set up an email here to receive the notification for the alarm and create a topic. Okay, this is what we can add, and then we click next. Okay, we need to specify the alarm name and also alarm description. Click next. Okay. We need to review the setting we have set up, and then we create alarm. Okay. We have successfully created alarm lock for lock alarm. Now we are going to create a dashboard. Okay, I'm going to name my dashboard NAJLA. Okay, we can add any widgets to visualize key metrics and logs into our dashboard. For example, I'm going to choose line, and then we can select any metrics we want to be visualized. Okay, here you can see. I'm going to add a new one as data table, and I'm going to choose set call count widget. Okay, here you can see it has been added to my dashboard. Okay, I have two widgets now, call count and mesh events, which totally visualize in different type, line and also data table. Now I'm going to show you integration AI into our simple application. This is AWS recognition, which can analyze any images we can upload. So this is an example. Okay, here you can see it analyze the car, person, and also the skateboard. We can also upload our own image. For example, I'm going to show you. Okay, I'm going to upload my own image and give it time to analyze. Okay, here you can see it analyze the picture as building inside the picture. Okay, other AI integration we can use is AWS Poly, which is to change input text to speech. Okay, for example here, we can input the text we want it to read out loud. Okay, and then we can listen here, or we can save to our storage S3 or download the file. Okay, now I'm going to show you to set up step function. Okay, click state machines here. Okay, choose any type you want. I'm going to, for example, I'm going to click blank here. And then you can do your flowcharts or workflows. We can use state machine to define our workflow. And we can set the necessary setting and click created. But since I'm using Sandbox, there is. That's all for me. Thank you.